Hey everyone, Donald Trump got on Twitter and said that protests were being done by professional protesters and that their actions were very unfair. First of all, he had no business getting on his Twitter account saying anything about the protesters at all. He should have just left it alone. But that's not Donald's way. The trouble is that he is now president-elect and he has got to change in some way that signals that he can be a leader to all people in the United States of America, much as Barack Obama has been, and much as George W. Bush was before him, and much as every other president has been before him. Donald Trump acts like he is completely disinterested in the role of being peacemaker or unifier in chief. He is interested in being Donald Trump, and he might come to a point where maybe he'll say something when it's in his mind, but he ratchets back to that crazy old guy, that coot that was famous for saying these crazy things about celebrities like Rosie O'Donnell. He hasn't got that out of his system. And so it spills over on the Twitter today and is pointed at high school kids, even though he didn't realize it was pointed at high school kids, because he probably is not aware of the intensity of dislike for the fact that he is president-elect. So that you have high school kids, middle school kids, at various cities in the country walking out of school. I have never seen that before, okay? That is unprecedented for kids to quit a day of school and walk out because they didn't like the president-elect. Think about that. If you don't have an appreciation for that, you have no idea how this country normally responds to a president-elect and how transitions are truly peaceful and without incident. This is completely different. And if it doesn't bother you, you got a problem. If it doesn't bother you, you need to seek help. If it doesn't bother you, you need to simply ask, hey, how should this bother me and why should it bother me? Ask questions. Admit that you have a problem understanding. It is criminal not to understand what is happening before you. If you admit that you don't get it, if you make fun of what's going on here, there's something wrong up here. I mean, something very seriously wrong with you. And I'm not being insulting. I'm being very real. You have to have an understanding for the sensitivity of the actions of a president, be it the president of the United States or the president-elect, and how people respond to them. This is something that Thomas Dye and L. Harmon Ziegler harped on indirectly in their awesome book called Irony of Democracy. And it's about basically how elites run the country. Might want to read it. But it was a cornerstone of my government education at the University of Texas at Arlington. And among the many great teachings of this fantastic textbook was the point, hammered home consistently, that the president of the United States is the reflective point of our values and ideas. The bully pulpit that the president has is ultra powerful. It can launch wars. It can also, as we are seeing, incite riots. Donald Trump has to get his, I'm going to say it bluntly, his intellectual ass in gear and stop fooling around with his stuff. He's already causing problems. And he's just president-elect. And these aren't good problems either. These are divisive problems. Okay? Divisive problems. Donald Trump is causing divisive problems. Not good.